Silvio D'Souza with under 10 seconds left. His team down by 22. D'Souza then tracks down Gordon. Whew.
I mean, you make a great defensive play. You don't have to instigate standing over the guy like that. I mean, that was uncalled for.
I haven't seen a Silvio that upset since Sopranos.
Right.
Like, the game is in the bag. You make a good defense play. Don't do that.
You know what happened, Trace?
That's bush.
Earlier in the
there.
season, Monmouth was there. They were down 50 at the end of the game.
Right, and the
guy stole the ball, and he became like a legend.
Right.
They weren't going to let that happen again. It happened to be their rival. Not that I'm condoning swinging around a
Okay, I was going to say,
stool.
so look at the chair. D'Souza picked up the chair, and we've learned today that he's been suspended indefinitely. What do you think? What should his punishment be?
That boy, I mean, he forgot where he was at. By any means necessary. I'm trying to hurt somebody, but it was just a bad decision on all parts.
Knowing how everything works over in that region, he'll be suspended indefinitely or till the Big 12 tournament.
Right.
Whichever comes
Whichever happens.
Yeah.
I wanted to use that as a segue to show some NBA fights, but I was overruled.
My
so
gosh, we're condoning fighting on this
I'm just
network.
saying, cooler heads prevailed, cooler than me. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols alongside my
He like
day
me
ones.
and don't fight.
No fighting. New York Times bestselling author Brian Windhorst and the Hall of Famer Tracy McGrady. Tracy's in a mood today.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
He's happy. He's excited. I'm just warning all of you, you're going to get Tracy on 12 today. Coming up, it's the NBA's version of Rex Manning Day. Number one pick, Zion Williamson, making his NBA debut against the Spurs right here on ESPN. Word is he will be in the starting lineup. Much more to come throughout the hour on that. First, though, Dwight Howard's rebirth with the Lakers is one of the best stories in the NBA this season, and last night he made it official that he's not just back on a championship contending team, he's also returning to the All-Star Dunk Contest. I was with Dwight in New York when he made his announcement. He told me just how this came together. You are going to participate in the dunk contest for the first time in more than a decade. What made you want to do it again?
Well, last summer, after I signed with the Lakers, I went to Venice Beach. And I went to the court and I started dunking. And I had like a little slam dunk contest with a guy I didn't even know at the time.
I have seen some video of this.
Yeah, he was an actual dunker. And I was like, man, if I'm doing these dunks now, I should probably try to get back in the dunk contest. And, I've been thinking about it ever since then and, processing what that feeling would be like. And, I wanted to get back in it.
Are we going to see any throwbacks to some of the old dunks from your previous dunk contests?
I was actually thinking about doing some stuff like that, bringing back some old things and kind of twist them into 2020.
Any Superman?
Well, you see what the shirt says.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Back indeed. This year's dunk contest could get pretty spicy. We don't have official word yet. But remember, Aaron Gordon came on The Jump and said he wanted to get a rematch with Zach LaVine of their epic 2016 battle. For me, the best dunk contest of all time, still 88, Chicago, Michael Jordan, Dominique Williams, the human highlight did this.
Yeah, that was pretty special.
Look at this.
I mean, 88 doing those type of dunks, the creativity was off the charts.
Jordan, of course, from the stripe.
It just looks poetry in motion, man. Just beautiful.
Oof. I'm not sure we're ever going to reach that plateau again, not when some of the league's best dunkers keep declining to participate, John Morant. But Dwight Howard jumping back in this year can only help. After all, watching Superman fly never gets old. So, T-Mac, what was your favorite all-time dunk contest?
Well, that one that you just showed, 1988, was a great one. I was a part of a great one in 2000. I know a lot of people suspect me to say that was the best in 2000, but I mean, going into that, I knew Vince was going to win the slam dunk contest. That's why I didn't want to do it.
So wait, tell the people what happened.
We stayed in the same building in Toronto, right? I didn't want to get in the slam dunk contest, and he kept begging me to enter it. Oh, get in, cuz. Get in. You're going to do well. I was like, boys, you crazy. Like, I see what you do every day. I can't compete with that.
Right.
So finally, we sitting in his apartment, we're playing video games, and he just kept begging me until I just gave in and was like, okay, I'll do it. So, I mean, we know what the results was. He put on a freaking show, right? It was over, right? I mean, it's what I thought. But I think the best one to me was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
That
in
is-
2016. That was pretty special. I was actually a judge on the panel, and the creativity that they brought out, it was like Neek and Jordan in '88. It was just 50s back to back, and it was a sight. Yeah, those guys was out of their mind that night.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like
that one when he goes underneath his legs.
Yep.
He's 6'10".
What I loved about that dunk contest, it wasn't 3 or 4 tries. It was like, no, we getting it on the first try, right? And that's, to me, so I go with 2016.
So the first one I ever watched, the first All-Star Saturday I ever watched was 1988. Larry Bird wins the three-point contest, holds his finger up, knowing he was going to make it to beat Dale Ellis. And this was my first ever slam dunk contest. You know what? I went back and watched it this morning because I knew we were talking about it. Dominique got screwed on the score in his last dunk.
A lot of people,
been
it was in Chicago, home cooking was the accusation.
Jordan's second dunk of the finals, he got a low score.
Yes,
and the
the crowd booed.
Crowd booed rightfully. That score was low. It did set up a great moment in the end where Jordan needed 49 to win, and he
started in the backcourt.
I know. I'm not taking anything away. I'm just saying Dominique. And when you watch it again, Clyde Drexler was in and he had gotten eliminated earlier, and Drexler knew that Dominique had gotten screwed. When Dominique came down and sat there and got the score, and all the crowd started buzzing because they knew Jordan would win, because it was possible Dominique could have eliminated Jordan. He had a lead. He could have eliminated him. And Drexler knew it was trash.
It's a bummer to see the regression, right? Because we used to have guys like Michael Jordan, 2-time slam dunk contest winner, and the lights of the league participating. When you and Vince participated, you were the best dunkers in the NBA. That's who we had in the slam dunk contest. We got this great moment in 2016, but there's still a lot of people who have been missing these recent years. And now it's even filtered down to the rookies, right? So Zion's been hurt. I wouldn't necessarily expect him to do it this year now anyway, but even in the preseason, he's like, I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't think so. John Morant doesn't want to do it. Like, even the rookies now I don't know if they're too cool for school. I don't know if they're afraid of being
LeBron sort of
embarrassed.
set that standard. Like, LeBron was like, I'm not doing it. You know, he thought the downside was higher than the upside, was lower than the upside. And, you know, ever since then, I think it's like, well, LeBron didn't do it.
I can make the case for LeBron, though, because to me, looking at LeBron's career, LeBron was a 1-foot jumper. Like he's not as
you've educated me on this.
He's not as athletic coming off 2 feet. He's a 1-foot jumper, and it's not really that many dunks.
Right, but she's saying that like as a rookie, it's kind of like if you're a big-time rookie, it's sort of like part of being in the league.
Right, kind of getting ushered into the league.
I understand what you're saying, though. I understand.
So, not sure if anyone has mentioned this, but hey, Zion Williamson makes his NBA debut
What channel is
tonight.
it on, Rach?
I'm going to tell you that the Pelicans host the Spurs right here on ESPN. Zion is expected to be in the starting lineup, but they will monitor his minutes. Brian, do you like New Orleans' game plan for Zion? Because there was some back and forth over whether he was going to start.
Okay. One thing I'm going to give the Pelicans huge credit on here. They know this is a big event. They told us several days ago, Zion is going to come back on Wednesday. They allowed ESPN to switch the schedule to make sure it could be on national television.
Yep.
Yes, I have a vested interest in it. I work for ESPN. But as an NBA fan, I'm very happy to see it. They are going to start him tonight because it is the right thing to do for the game. Then Zion has to achieve on his own. But they recognize, other teams are like, oh no, game time decision, blah, blah, blah. The league needs Zion right now, and New Orleans and the Pelicans organization is really trying to make it happen, and it's good for their fans too. And I am excited about him, Tracy, because in the preseason, when LeBron was a rookie, he was not good in the preseason. I was nervous about LeBron's first game. Now, he was awesome. But part of the reason he was awesome is because the preseason was shaky. Zion's preseason
was incredible.
Was one of the greatest in the history of rookies in the game.
Wow.
So while I recognize he is coming off a knee injury, unlike LeBron, who was fully healthy, and he's probably only going to play, 15 or 20 minutes
Is
tonight.
Zion really still coming off a knee injury?
Well,
he's healthy.
Coming off a knee injury about a
Did you
month
see
ago.
this man in Madison Square Garden just vertically put it between his legs? Are you kidding
I
me?
don't go over the top a lot. I am really, really excited to see Zion.
Tonight, I think he's going to have an amazing night. One, the adrenaline is going to be flowing, and we know as great players, when that adrenaline is flowing like that, and he's eager to get out there, he's going to be jumping higher than everybody, which he already does. He's going to be faster. He's going to be stronger. Like, he's going to have an incredible night. And I think it's going to be easy for him because of the style of play they play. They're one of the fastest-paced teams in the NBA.
And don't you think they've got some plays ready? Don't you think they've got a pet play ready for him?
Just a lob to get him comfortable and build his confidence. But He's gonna be amazing tonight.
It's interesting. Our Adrian Murjanowski reporting that the Pelicans have pulled back from any trade phone calls and that they're thinking, hey, this isn't the time when they had that 13-game losing streak. They've been winning games. Zion's coming back. Let's make that playoff
They also
push.
have, a favorable schedule.
So we'll see what happens. Coming up, Luka and Kawhi going head-to-head last night. The Clippers edging out the Mavericks. But who was the best player on the court last night? We're going to discuss that next. First, though, it's time for our distant replay. It's This Date featuring Stevie Franchise back in 2002.
Once got traded for Tracy McGrady.
Stevie.
And yet,
Richie comes up with a loose ball.
Not
Rockets
the same.
have the numbers. Layup. Oh, Stevie Franchise with a slam.
Stevie.
Classic 90s fashion.
Maryland.
Everybody's been waiting for something spectacular to happen. And there it was.